Okay, this is a video for my followers. It might be kind of long, but alright, I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm gonna include all their URLs too, so. Mariad, I'm really sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm just gonna call you Mary. I always see you making posts talking about how you don't feel like you're beautiful, and there are always those posts with thousands of notes saying things like that moment when you realize that you're not as beautiful as another girl. You don't need to judge yourself based upon what society says, okay? You're beautiful. You're amazing. You make me laugh. Please think better of yourself. I promise. Everything will be a lot better if you do. I wouldn't be telling you this if I didn't mean it. Fiona is an amazing writer. I mean, I stalked her forever through the Wincest tag before I finally got up the balls to... not the balls, the nerve to follow her. And I saw today that she made a post, and I don't know if she ever figured out what was wrong with her, but when I saw, she didn't really quite know what was wrong. She was just feeling kind of things. You'll find out what's wrong. You'll fix it. It's human nature to save ourselves. Things will get better. I promise. You just gotta keep your chin up. Write your feelings away. Do whatever. And as one of your followers said, find a cupcake. Felicity is adorable. She wanted a shout out, and she's getting one. Every single time I make a post. Every single time, without fail. She's right there, telling me how funny I am. She's a major boost to my ego that I do not need, but I appreciate nonetheless. Just thank you for everything you say about me. It's ridiculously kind. And you and I met under some crazy circumstances. And you are the kindest, sweetest person ever. And I'm gonna say that about everybody because all of you guys are just so kind and so sweet. I am so lucky to have met you all, but Anne, I don't know why people have been giving you shit lately because they obviously don't know you. You're strong, you're amazing, and you're wonderful. I read a post earlier that you put under Read More about your mom, and I can't imagine the amount of strength you would have to possess to be going through that right now. Just know that if you ever need someone to talk to about it, I'm right here. I've never been through something like that personally, but I'm right here if you need someone to unload on. Anya, just thank you for everything you do, because whenever I'm down, you're normally the first person. It's like you're online 24/7, just hovering. You're like my German guardian angel, because you're right there to pick me right back up, tell me to keep fighting, keep going, and I can't ever thank you enough for that. I love you so much. Ich liebe dich, meine Engel. And thank you for putting up with my awful German. Jess, I love you. I do. I just want to thank you for putting up with me for all this time. Putting up with my drunken calls and making me feel like I'm worth it. And for saving me from the elephants in my couch. Sonia, keep holding on. Okay, it's just, you've only got, what, 9 more months, and then you've got a brand new start, away from everything, away from all this crap you're going through. You're amazing. The facts you and I exchange between each other just brighten my day, really. A long time ago I was feeling down, and you reached out to me and gave me your number even though you didn't have to, and I thank you for that. and I haven't been the same since. Thanks for just being here. Danny, thank you for calling me baby, because it makes me smile. Thank you for all the beautiful things you write, because it inspires me to write more, even though I don't ever do it. Thank you for how softly spoken and how kind you are to me, even when I'm a mess and I'm lashing out at everyone. Just hearing your voice makes me feel better, because you're always so soft and quiet, and I love you. Summer, just, first of all, thanks for the bedtime story. That's my favorite story ever, and nobody ever understands it. When I say I love you more than meat loves salt, nobody ever gets it. I love you more than meat loves salt, Summer. Thank you so much for loving me on my worst days as well as my best. Thank you for that one morning that we fell asleep reading that Wincest fic with each other. And just thank you for all the stupid little things you do that make you Summer, including your blue hair. Amanda. Just thank you so much for the much needed slap to the face you gave me the other night. And that sounds awful, but really, it was a breath of fresh air when I was drowning. And no one seemed to give it to me but you. I mean, you stayed by me even though my emotions were this volatile, violent mess, and you kept pushing me and pushing me until I broke. But I needed it. I needed to see what I was and what I was being. And I honestly don't know what I would have done the other night if I hadn't have had you there. I would have probably done something stupid. But you stopped me. Now, Azzy, however I pronounce her name, sent me a message, but first I want to read mine to her. Just thank you. I have no words to express how much thanks I have for you. Whenever I'm down, you try your hardest to pick me back up and put me together. You're beautiful, amazing, and kind. And I wish nothing more than for you to be able to see it too. And now it's time for me to read her message to me. Okay, now she sent me a message. She said, hey, I meant to tell you. In psychology, we're going over adolescence and puberty and gender roles, things of that nature. Today we were really getting into the gender roles part of it, and some of it was on transgender people. As my teacher was explaining it, because I hadn't been paying attention at first, I remembered you. I was shaking, nervous, and I don't even know why when I raised my hand, and I told him that one of my best friends was transgender, and that he was one of the nicest people I've ever met. And he asked me, you say he, so you mean that he would be defined as a she by society's gender norms, but she doesn't identify with them, right? And I said, yeah. Truthfully, I don't know if maybe he had a different name or long hair or whatever people would identify with being feminine, but to me he's just G. He's my friend, and I think of him the way he thinks of himself, except that I love him for him, no matter what he chooses to identify with. I was still scared. I felt like crying because I didn't want anyone to say anything bad or look down on me for being friends with someone so beautiful. But my teacher just smiled at me and said most people would never admit to being friends with someone like that, no matter how wonderful they are. And when I looked shocked, people started clapping. I don't even know why. I just wanted to share the way I felt about this incredible person. And then they all wanted to hear more about this person named G, who meant so much to me. The highlight of my day, my week, my month, my year will always be how I found a class full of people in a high school centered in a homophobic redneck town in Florida who could understand and accept that beautiful people come in forms we would never expect. I love you, G, with all my heart. Don't ever change, because to me and to the people I shared you with, you are perfectly beautiful. Okay, this is running really long, so I'm gonna finish my last one, which is for Courtney. Just thank you, Courtney, for helping me find who I am whenever I get lost. Thank you for holding my hand, even though you're so far away. Thank you for meaning so much to me, even when we mean so little to ourselves. Thank you for being you, even though you don't think you is good enough for anyone. Because to me, you are perfect. And you are all you will ever need to be. I'm sorry this is so long. I love all of you, I really do.